Hello, welcome to our live. Okay, if you're watching live, say hello so I know you're there. Hi, Debbie. Welcome back. Let's see who else is coming live. So, this is the second part of our money series. Last week, we talked about going from a scarcity mindset into an abundance mindset. So, today, we're going to talk about self worth and prosperity, how they're linked, right? Because it's such a deep subject, isn't it? Worthiness, honestly, it's like on the bottom of, I would say, most of our issues, right? Hi, Leslie, welcome back. So good to see you guys here. Um, just a reminder, if you're watching this on the replay, everything we do works exactly the same. You can still interact in the comments. I'll come back and see if you commented something, if you participated. And everything I do during the lives, I need your permission, right? I don't make any changes, anything without your permission, okay? So even if you're watching the replay, just say yes out loud. Of course, I'm not gonna hear it, but the universe will, and you're gonna receive the changes that we're gonna make, okay? Hi, Didi. Okay, so if you're new here, my name is Alessandra Martelini. I'm an intuitive healer, coach, and Theta Healing instructor. If you're new to Theta Healing is an energy healing modality. It's based on a meditation. It's a very simple meditation that I always guide you guys through so we can access our unconscious minds. When we access what's unconscious to us, we can make real lasting changes because the issue is never the issue, as I always say, right? If you come to me saying, you know what, Ale, I have money issues, right? The topic of today, I have money issues. The issue is never the issue. There's always something deeper that is unconscious to us that is causing, is the root of the money issue, right? And a lot of times, most of the times, basically, our money issues come from a lack of self-worth, right? There's many different roots, sources of our money issues, but self-worth is probably the biggest and the the most common, right? Because if you don't believe that you're worthy enough, how can you charge money? How can you accept money? How can you create abundance and prosperity for your life, right? So today, I want to introduce a concept, let's say. A concept that, first of all, like if we think about self-worth, what is self-worth? It's such a subjective concept, isn't it? Because one thing that can be super worthy for me can be completely worthless to you, right? And that's exactly the concept. Our worth, our value is based upon the perception of someone else's, right? And the perception is based on their values and their needs. This, what I'm doing right now, right? This, the service that I'm providing for you for free, and what I do in my business, it's something that is valuable for some people, but for some people it's not valuable. Does that mean that I am worthless if the people that don't see the worth in it tell me, you know what, I don't care about what you're doing? Does it make sense? It's not about me, it's about their needs. So if you're here, you're watching me, you're following me because you have some need, you have values that I am fulfilling for you. Does it make sense? So the point is, imagine, okay, let's give examples, right? It's easier to understand. We live in a society that is full of different values, different expectations, right? So if you grew up in a family, in a society that values, let's say, that values traditional jobs, right? That values a steady income, right? You go to college, you graduate, you find a job, and that's worthy. That's what's worthy. But let's say that you're an artist, which some of you I know you are, right? Or you're a healer, or whatever it is that is not fitting into those modes, into those values of the society or the family that you were born with, you were born in. What's gonna happen is you're going to start feeling like you're worth less because people around you do not recognize your worth, right? So you start adopting the belief that you're worthless, right? That there's nothing good in you, that you have to adapt into someone else's value and in order to fulfill their needs so you can be valuable. Let me know if I'm making sense. Let me know. Hi Lee, hi Julie, hello. So if you've just tuned in, we're talking about self-worth and how it's very relative to what people around you need, right? If you were born in an artist family and you want to be a scientist and they don't see the value in being a scientist, you're going to adapt. You're going to sacrifice part of you. And the thing is, you're going to start betraying yourself, right? I'm sure all of you have felt this way, like you're betraying part of yourself. You cannot trust yourself, right? You don't know who you are, right? It comes to a point that we start questioning everything, right? And we start questioning ourselves, right? Because we never learned how to value what is innate in us, right? Okay. My computer is doing a lot of noise. Hope it's fine. Okay, so. Okay, Julie, let's dig deeper than that. This is the circumstance right now, right? But okay, let's dig deeper. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do today. As you guys know, I never know what's gonna happen, right? So let's just see what the universe wants me to channel for you today. Okay, let's start with questions, right? You guys know I love asking questions, so I'm gonna ask you a few questions about this. I want you to close your eyes and start just tuning into your own body. Just start feeling your own body, grounding yourself. Mm-hmm. And the first question I want you to ask yourself is, am I valuable? How worthy am I? And just allow whatever answer to come, just allow it to come. Any feeling, any sensation, any memory. What was valuable and valued by your family, by the society and the country you lived in when you were growing up? And we can think about different aspects. We can think about our innate abilities. We can think about our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings. So for some cultures, let's say, I don't know, being quiet, being polite is very, very valuable, right? But let's say you are like me, you have strong opinions, you don't want to shut up, but you were never allowed to speak your truth. So your belief, Your ability, your thoughts were not valued, right? Let's say for your parents it was okay to feel anger, but it was not okay to feel sadness. And you were feeling a lot of sadness, you were sad, but you couldn't express the sadness. So you kind of created the anger as the coping mechanism because it was the only emotion that was safe for you to feel. What else? What else was valued within your family, in your school, in the school system? What kind of intelligence, right? It's valued in our society. And how is this different than your intelligence? I'm not going to remember his name, but he has this theory that there's like 7 or 9 different types of intelligence. So it's not just one, it's more than one, is 7, 9, I don't know, different theories. But you can be very good at dancing, spatial intelligence. You can be a very good dancer. But were you born in a society, in a family that valued dancing, that valued this kind of intelligence? Or were you, I don't know, were you good with people? You know, you have very good abilities with communication with people. I'm gonna tell you about myself. Since I can remember, I was always the psychologist of my friends, of everybody. But was this something that was valued? Not really. Not really. My good grades were valued. You know, the straight A's were valued. I was celebrated for that. But my people skills, not really. I grew up thinking that I didn't have people skills. How insane is that? You see, like, why did you start believing about yourself, about your skills, about your intelligence, about your beliefs? You know, that was not valued. It was not valuable, it was not worthy. Right? It can go so extreme, so deep. It can be about your sexual choices, right? It can be about your expression in the world. It can be about everything. And the thing is, as a child, we don't know how to differentiate between our actions and ourselves. So if your parents told you, like, let's say, you're an artist and your parents didn't really value, you know, art, and they told you, oh, this is useless. Why are you wasting your time painting or writing or whatever it is? Um, for for your child brain, you accepted this as, oh, I am not um, worthy. This thing that is me is not worthy, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let me see, what else can I ask you to unlock some stuff. Okay, so going to the other side. What was true for you and of you that was never valued? What was true for you that was never valued, that was never seen, was never acknowledged? And the truth is, we can have both. We can have like dual beliefs. For example, I am very smart, not like Einstein, but I'm smart, and I was always celebrated for my wisdom, my you know my brain, my rational side, right? So I overdeveloped it, right? And my emotional side, which is very intense, as you guys know, is very intense. I'm very emotional. I'm very intuitive, but that was never valued. So it doesn't mean that I am not rational, but um, I overcompensated. I over how can I say? I overstimulated my rational side, so I completely identified with my rational side. I thought I was very logical, and that was the only strength that I had, right? Because I never learned how to see my intuition, my emotions, my sensitivity as worthy, right? It was just a worthless thing. It was seen as a weakness, right? In the society that I was living, in the corporate environment that I used to work, inside. Um, yeah, so you can have these dual things. So it's not about sacrificing what you've been identifying yourself to in order to rescue yourself. That's not it. It's a combination, right? We create this fragmentations within our psyche, these splits, in order to preserve, what's true to us, and what was made to feel vulnerable and weak, right? Does it make sense? I hope I'm making sense. Leslie saying, same, you're too sensitive, always from my mom. Yeah, yeah. And then what happens? We suppress, we reject this part of us because we're not allowed to be this, right? Because we are beings that we depend on connection to survive, right? So we adapt, right? We create this mask, this persona, this personality, even that is what is going to be accepted, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely a strength, but I know it took you a while to recognize it as a strength, right? Yeah, yeah. But do you see how self-worth is very, very subjective, right? For some people, if I say those things, it's gonna be like, no, I don't believe that. This is worthless for me. Like, I'm not gonna do meditation. It's worthless, you know. But it's really about their needs. Again, it's about what you need, So if we think about like what your parents needed, what do they value? That was kind of against your truth. What is true to you? Judy saying, I always got yelled at for not being as happy as my sister. Interesting. Interesting. So, what was the truth? What was your truth that got suppressed? That you got, you learned how to reject, we disown parts of ourselves. Like we all have multiple personalities because we keep suppressing things. When something traumatic happens, and I say trauma, but it's not like huge things. Small things can be traumatic, right? Your mom telling you that you're too sensitive, right? That you should toughen up, or whatever it is that she said, can be a trauma because you don't know how to process that. You process that as, ooh, I shouldn't be this way. There's something wrong with me. This part of me needs to be killed. But it's impossible to kill a part of ourselves. We just suppress it and go into the unconscious mind, right? But it's still there. It's always there. Leslie saying, valued compliance over my truth. Yeah. I see now as their stuff, not mine, and I'm discovering my stuff now, my value and worth. Amazing, amazing. There's always going to be more to find out about ourselves. That's why we're here on this planet. That's why we're living this crazy life because we're just reintegrating parts, basically. You can imagine yourself as this endless puzzle. We're always taking parts, right, of ourselves, like, this part I like, it's mine, I'm gonna take it for myself, right? So yeah. Okay, what else? And then we can think like how this, we're talking about prosperity, but this can, influence every area of our lives. If you think of relationships, how many times do we go into relationships, in all kinds of relationships, but we're actually acting as a mask, not as ourselves, because we learned that our true selves are not enough, that we need to behave a certain way, right? To be loved, to be accepted, to be chosen, right? So you get lost deeper and deeper, and you create these insane relationships, right? We've all been there. And I think like we always have a choice in these situations. Like, are we going to keep digging a hole for ourselves, or are we going to see those things as a call from our souls? Like, look, you're creating this situation because it's showing you something that you need to see, right? So if we go into prosperity and abundance, let's think. Let's think. It can be like, for example, if you're choosing a career, right? If you're making choices in your business, in your career that are based on what you've learned from your parents or society that are valuable instead of what is truth to you, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? It's not going to go well. You can create success. I'm sure you can, but you're going to break down eventually, right? If we're not following our truth, if we're not following what's our essence, what's honest to us, eventually we're gonna create situations to find that again, right? Okay, so I think we can start our clearing. I hope I triggered you guys. Let me know if anything else came to mind. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Just focus on your breathing for a while. Just notice the air coming in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to focus on your heart. And you're going to imagine the energy from your heart is going to start to expand. Expand throughout your whole body. Use your breath. Allow the energy to expand. Keep expanding, expanding throughout your pores, coming out of your pores. You're going to start feeling like you and the chair that you're sitting on are one. It's like you're sharing space and sharing molecules. You're connected, and you're going to keep expanding, expanding until you become one with the room you're in. Keep expanding, expanding. Expand into your whole country. Keep expanding until you and the entire planet are one. You're connected with everything and everyone on planet Earth. It's like you're sharing space and sharing molecules with everything. Keep expanding, expanding. Expand out into the atmosphere, into the stars, the planets, the moons, the brilliance. Expand further and further. Keep expanding, expanding. Expand into a series of lights. Some dark lights, some bright lights. Expand into these lights. Keep expanding, expanding. The further you expand, the more relaxed and connected you become. Keep expanding, expanding. You're going to expand into a golden light. This is the realm of the Ascended Masters and the angels. Imagine you and the Masters and the angels are one. You're connected. You're sharing space, sharing molecules with all these Masters, these archangels, these very high vibrational beings. Expand into this golden light. And keep expanding, expanding until you reach a jelly-like substance. Expand into this jelly-like substance, into all the colors in this substance. These are the laws of our universe. You're going to expand into a pink mist, which is the law of compassion. You are one with the law of compassion. And keep expanding, expanding until you reach a bright, iridescent white light. Expand into this light. This is pure, unconditional love. This is the energy of the divine, the source of everything, the creator, the divine intelligence, however you want to call it, God, however you want to call it. It's pure, unconditional love. So imagine you are one with this unconditional love. Just notice how it feels like. You may feel some tingling in your body, on the top of your head, your hands. You may feel your eyes flickering. From this space, we can change anything. We can ask for anything. So we're going to start by asking for an instant healing. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that unconditional love is sent to every single cell of my body, releasing everything that is ready to be released. Thank you, it is done. Show me. Just imagine, witness it. You may imagine, visualize it, feel it, sense it. Just trust what comes to you. As unconditional love is sent to every single part of your body, every cell of your organ. Okay. Use your breath. So I'm going to start by sending you some definitions. And as I mentioned in the beginning, everything I do, I need your permission. So just say yes if you want those definitions. It's called downloads. We say downloads in Theta Healing. So basically we're taking, part of this consciousness, this endless consciousness, and giving it to your brain. We're teaching your brain a new definition. So first of all, can the Creator teach you what self-worth truly is from the highest and best definition? And can we align this definition with yours? How it feels like to feel worthy. How it feels like to feel valuable and valued. Can the Creator teach you how to recognize your worth regardless of other people's opinions about it? Can we clear this pattern that some of you are holding, that you need to, it's like you're holding on to other people's opinions because this is the way that it kind of fuels you. so you can prove your worth. You're always proving your worth, right? This comes from a lack of self-worth. You don't believe that you're worthy, right? So you're always trying to um, use other people as your mirror, as your validation. Okay, so let's connect to whatever it is that's preventing you from seeing your own worth. Just allow the Creator to show you what's preventing you from seeing and acknowledging and accepting your worth. Just allow the answer to come. It can be a person, it can be a situation, it can be a thought, it can be a belief. Okay, so I see a few things. Let's clear those things. Can we clear the belief that you were a mistake, that you shouldn't exist? Again, if you want this, say yes. The universe will hear you and it's going to be changed within your system. Can we, first of all, unlock the anger that you've been feeling for not being recognized? In any way that you're using this anger as the fuel, to prove someone wrong. Okay, for a lot of you, this is how you get things done, to prove someone wrong, right? It's like a revenge thing. It's like, oh, this person told me that I was never going to succeed, that, whatever it is that they told you, so I'm going to prove them wrong. But this again stems from lack of self-worth, because you truly don't believe that you're worthy, that you can succeed on your own. So you need to have this motivation as your ignition. You don't believe in your own fire, right? So first of all, can we clear this vow? It's a vow. It's like a promise that you made to yourself and to this person, even if it's just unconsciously, that you were going to prove them wrong. Because for some of you, I see whatever it is that you promised, it's not even what you want. So you're working on something that you don't even want, just to prove someone else wrong. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of life, right? Okay. So can just allow the Creator to release this vow from your mind. Can we also release the resentment towards this person? All the negative emotions associated with this. It's okay to feel them, but you don't need them in order to succeed. Okay, can we also upgrade your definition of success? Because we hear so many different definitions of success, but you get to choose your own, right? Success is also subjective. So in any way that you're buying into someone else's definition of success and you're measuring yourself up to this definition, these expectations, can we clear from this? Okay. And can the Creator teach you the highest definition of success for you? You're gonna release. Okay, you're gonna receive actually this download of what success is from the highest and best place, from this unconditional love, and then you get the freedom of choice to make whatever you want from this definition. In any way that you're comparing yourself to teachers, parents, society, your mentors, in any way that you're comparing yourself, financially speaking, to people in your area, to other entrepreneurs, and you're seeing yourself as a failure because of it, can we clear that? What I hear is like there's no such thing as a failure as long as you're following your heart. Money, compensation is good. It's a good thing, but it's not the only measure of success. You can be making a lot of money and not feel successful, not feel fulfilled. But you can make, what's considered a low amount of money and feel super successful. It's not about the quantity, it's about what it brings to you, right? Okay. So some of you have this belief that like you need to be a millionaire, otherwise it's like you're not going to be worthy. Like this is like your goal. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have this goal, but I'm just questioning it because that's what I do. Why do you want to be a millionaire? What is it going to bring you that you think that this is the only way you're going to get it? For some of you, it's your parents' approval. It can be recognition of your worth. And as we've been discussing, worth is relative, it's subjective. So you're not really going to get it, right? So what will it take for you right now to acknowledge your worth? The worth that you've been suppressing, rejecting, whatever it is for you, the value in you that is yours. And stop pretending. Stop having goals, having assumptions, having expectations that are not coming from you. Came here to do. From what you can. So, can we ask the Creator? Can we allow Creator to show you the parts of yourself that are holding your worth, that you've been hiding from yourself, that you've rejected, suppressed, disowned? In order, to keep them protected and safe. Maybe you're going to see yourself as a child. Maybe you're going to feel something, just trust whatever comes. Okay. And you're going to ask this part of you, what does it need? What do you need that you never got? If it's your inner child, you can imagine your inner child in front of you and ask, how are you feeling? What do you need that you never got, that you never received? If it's just a tiny part, an amorphic part, just imagine in front of you, however you feel it, however you see it, and ask it, what do you need? And give it to them. Whatever it is, just imagine yourself as an adult giving it to them, to this part of you. What they want. And keep asking it. What do you need? What else do you need? And give it to them until they feel completed. We're gonna now ask for an integration of this part of you with everything else. So this part of you was suppressed and a protector was created within your personality. So what is the personality trait within yourself that was created to protect this ability, this part of you? Just allow the Creator to show you. For some of you, it's being the victim. For some of you, it's being the savior. Like you're always giving, giving, giving. Because you don't want to seem needy. What trait have you identified with throughout your whole life that is only a fraction of the truth of who you are? Like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm rational, I'm intelligent, but this is only a fraction of the totality of who I am, of my worth, right? So what is it for you? It can be many things, it's not just one thing. You can do this over and over again. But whatever it is that's coming to you is what you need to be aware of right now. What is the lie that you've been telling yourself about who you are, about your truth, about your worth? Do you tell yourself that no one's gonna want to buy this thing that you created? Do you tell yourself that this is useless, this is just a hobby? Do you tell yourself that, well, this is a business, but I shouldn't charge much for that? No one's gonna pay. Do you undervalue your worth? Because for some of you, you already know what you're good at, what's the truth for you, but you're still undervaluing yourself. Because again, you don't trust that it's worthy enough. Yeah. So whatever it is, can the Creator teach this part of you that, well, first of all, send them thankfulness, send them gratitude. This part of you served its purpose, but now they're free. Just allow this integration to be completed. However it works for you, however it happens to you, just trust. You're not one or the other. You're both combined. If there is anything else remaining that it's preventing this integration, keep asking. What else do you need? Some of you need to forgive your mom, your dad, the society as a whole. So can we send them forgiveness? I have a free meditation that you can download. I'm going to add later. That you can do this forgiveness exercise. I'll guide you through it in the meditation so you can really release this resentment and let yourself free. So I'm going to add it so you can do it. But just allow the Creator, this energy of unconditional love, to send unconditional love to those people. It's not your energy, it's the Creator's. Can we disconnect you from those people? Can you cut the cords, the negative cords? If there is love, we're going to keep the love and just release the negative cords. In any way that you feel like you owe something to someone, like you owe your worth, you owe yourself, you owe your life to your mom, to fill in the blank, can we release this belief? You don't owe anything to anyone. Mm-mm. Can we just reconnect you with your own worth and teach you that you're safe, you're deserving, you're worthy of connecting with your worth, with your value, and how to recognize it, and how to recognize people that will see value in it, that will need something that you can offer. Not for free, but you can offer. Always with discernment, of how to do it, how is right for you. There's a few, what is the word? It's like a petty feeling, like you're stingy with your abilities. I was like, I'm not gonna share too much, because if I share too much, I'm gonna be empty. So let's say I can feel this way sometimes, like, oh, I'm giving too much away for free. No one's gonna want to buy anything. Bullshit. That's not how it works. The more I share, the more I have. Right? The more I give, the more I receive. It's different than just giving. Just giving from a place of I'm not enough. So can the Creator teach you the difference between giving from a place of emptiness to try to get something from some people, and giving because you're overflowing with your awesomeness. And you cannot wait to serve people, to help people, to share what's true to you, but also allowing yourself to receive. This is going to be the theme for the next live. We're going to talk about manifesting abundance and receiving abundance, because a lot of times we're asking, right? But we're not allowing the universe to give us. Okay, to finish up, I want you to imagine a mountain. You're gonna climb this mountain, and on top of this mountain there's a castle. You're gonna go inside this castle, and there's a big throne. Walk towards it. And there, you're gonna find your higher self, this highest version of you, this potential, this endless potential of who you can be. You're gonna talk to your higher self. You're gonna ask, what do you have for me that I'm not yet receiving, that I'm not yet recognizing? And just wait for the answer. You can also ask, what do I need to let go of in order to access your greatness? Okay. If you have any extra questions, feel free to ask. You can ask, what is the ability, the thing about me that will bring me closer to the endless abundance that I want? That thing that I'm still not fully accepting. What is it? And to finish it up, we're going to imagine, we're going to do an integration. We're going to allow the higher self to get integrated within you. It's like you're going to become your higher self. There's limits to that, so just watch as it happens until it stops, right? It's okay, it's normal. It's to the degree that you're ready to be integrated with your higher self. And as you feel that you've integrated as much as you can right now, you're going to start coming back out of the castle, down the mountain, back into you. You're going to start taking deep breaths. Feeling this energy. Feeling how it feels like to be worthy, to know your worth, to not waste time with things that are not yours. To bring your attention, your focus into what is yours, what is going to bring you closer to financial abundance, to happiness, to fulfillment, to your own definition of success. And you can upgrade it as you go. You don't have to have it figured out. And it's okay. So you can ask now, Creator, show me my next step. What is the next step that I need to take? A small step, something that it's easy to do, that's going to take me closer to this big vision of success. Maybe it's going to be, taking action on that idea that you've been postponing. Sending an email to someone, posting something specific. Maybe it's going to be deeper than that, bigger than that. Maybe you need to let go of something or someone, and something. Just trust what comes to you. And take a deep breath in. You're going to imagine energy coming from the core of the earth up through the soles of your feet. Imagine this energy of the Mother Earth grounding you, bringing you back to your body, aligning your chakras from the base of your spine up to the top of your head, keeping you connected to earth and sky. Knowing that you're worthy, that you're ready, to step into your worthiness. And creating a life worth living. And when you're ready, you can come back, open your eyes. Beautiful. How is everybody? Let me know if you're well, if you discovered something new about yourself, or if you just got a confirmation of something about yourself. Let me know. So as I mentioned, next week we're going to talk about manifesting abundance and money and receiving. Okay, it's probably gonna be the last of this money series, unless something comes up. and I'm probably gonna do, if you're in my group, you know, I want to do like a sort of Q&A. So some of you have been sending me interesting questions already, and I want to do a Q&A just to answer these questions. And I don't know, I'm gonna prepare something. Not sure exactly what, but I'm gonna prepare something for you guys. So yeah, it's probably gonna be on in 2 weeks. Okay. You're welcome. Oh, really, Rhonda? Rhonda's saying, wow, I would need to listen again. There was so much today. Interesting. Cool. If you want to share later with me in private, I would love to know what came up. Leslie saying, good, that felt really powerful. I'm glad. And you know, it's so interesting because like it's just stepping into your worth, stepping into who you are, right? I don't want you to be something that I think you should be. I want you to be what you want to be, what you came here to be. And that's the purpose of the Creator, is the purpose of living a human life, right? To fulfill your own purpose, to fulfill yourself, you know, like what you came here to realize. If you imagine a rose, if you plant a seed for a rose, you're not going to expect the rose to become a lily, right? You're not going to be like, please be a lily, be a lily, be a lily. You're not going to treat the rose as a lily. You're going to treat the rose as a rose, right? So that's all we need to learn how to do to ourselves, to our kids, to the future generations, to become who you came here to be. That's all. And that's big. That's a lot, right? Definitely. Debbie saying more tears, energy flowing through me in color green. I love that you always see colors. It's so cool. Yeah. He's looking forward to that. I'm glad. Okay, beautiful people. As usual, I will see you next week. If you need me, you know how to reach me. Just send me a message and we can talk more. And yeah, see you next week. Thank you so much for coming again, and have a beautiful week, beautiful rest of the day, and goodbye.